That's my cheese. Get off my cheese.
My fingers are cut.
This is going the wrong way.
Well, today is the day that the Switch 2 comes out. Now, Matt and Steve don't know. There's been a lot of gaslighting on the channel talking about the Switch 2 and who's gonna buy it first. It was probably what I thought was gonna actually be Steve. To be completely and utterly honest, I thought Steve would be the one. But it is yours truly that did buy one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and I got it at Best Buy, at my local Best Buy. So we're gonna go pick it up and make sure it works, bring it back here, and I'll take you guys along with me on that journey. Okay, all right. So we're on our way now to get ready to get out of here, and we're gonna go get this damn thing. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you guys out here. I don't like taking cameras into places, especially at like a box store. Alright, so I will see you guys when I get my Switch 2. Hopefully I'm going to check to make sure that it is actually ready. One of the things I don't see here is a big line of people. Well, it looks like I'm ready to go. In-store pickup. Got to pull it up on the app. Alright, let's go get her. Okay, well, crazy, man. Crazy how fucking small this box actually is. We'll get her home, we'll take a look at her, we'll open her up, see if she works, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you back at the house. I'm gonna get some food ordered, I'm hungry as hell. As I'm sitting here ordering my food, I just look over and someone else is getting a Switch 2 here. So, thought that was kind of funny. I just look over, me and him literally like locked eyes, and I'm just like, yeah. Kind of nodded my head, thought that was kind of funny. Boy, there it is. In all its oh so beautiful glory. So what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna go ahead and open this just to see if everything works. We're gonna just test out our capture software and see if everything is actually going to be functioning correctly for when we do actually do our recordings. Try not to damage the box to my best ability. I'm really excited to see the console for the first time in person. So of course, it's sitting the wrong way here. Alright, here are the Joy-Cons here. So, these are, I guess I gotta pull them out to really get a good look at them. So, I mean, they're definitely a lot bigger and they're easier to hold. At least this material is a little bit more grippier than the original Switch. And these buttons are actually easier to press, so you don't need like the little slidey slew thing on there to be able to hit the buttons better. Because before you had to like angle your fingers like friggin' fangs that dig into the controller to press it if you didn't have one of those little slidey slews on there. And as for the other one, one of the things I'm really excited to see is the mouse controls. I guess I won't really be able to see that until Metroid Prime 4 comes out. Simply just because I want to see like how it feels to actually move this around with a shooter type game. I don't know if there's any shooter games that came out for the console that that was a launch title. So looking at the Joy-Cons, let's take a look at assuming this is the actual console itself. Yep, there it is. The oh so beautiful console that we're supposedly not supposed to remove a plastic film on. And I don't see anything of the sort that is exactly what they said. Because I've been hearing a lot of things. There's like a plastic film that's on here that you are not supposed to remove, or Nintendo saying don't remove. So I'm beginning to think that that might be a debugged rumor. That, or it's so thin on here that you can't even see it. And I think I might see it. Like, again, it's really hard to see. I don't even know if I could even get like a camera position on it to see it. But I mean, I wouldn't have even thought of removing that regardless. I mean, maybe if the console gets hot over time, maybe doing that, but I don't think there's a necessity. And I guess, oh wow, those really actually really do snap in. Good lord, I didn't even like push. I didn't even push them in. I just let them fall right in. And then they're, good lord, they're in there. I mean, like I'm not tugging on it too hard or anything, but I mean, it's not coming off like at all. There's nothing. You have to press these little buttons here in the back to be able to unlock it. So let's test it out. So I guess that disengages the magnet. Yeah, if you look on there, come on, focus camera, focus, please focus. Okay, if you press this little button here, you pull it back in, it pushes out this little pin at the very top here to disengage the magnet. I guess it also pulls back the magnet. But no, I mean, it's a little stiff to when you first try getting the Joy-Con out, but I mean, it's not too crazy. This thing is actually freaking massive. I've been hearing a lot of negativity about apparently the poor battery life, but I mean, I can kind of see why. This thing, I mean, I got big friggin' hands, and this thing's massive. This thing's huge. So, I mean, let's take a look at this docking station. The docking station's one thing that my brother was even asking about. Was just seeing how crazy that thing looked. There's the QR code or the scratch off for the free quote unquote free, the bundled game, I guess. Okay. Some inserts. Gotta make sure that I don't lose any of these inserts. Because again, we're wanting to, good lord, they have everything like packed in here pretty nicely. Because again, I kind of want to do the unboxing at their house. It might honestly just be, this might actually happen just here. So, overall, this thing, when it came out on the original Switch, it felt like just a piece of plastic. Much of the same here. But, I actually do have to say that this is a lot more comfortable. I was kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked about that because, I mean, I don't have Joy-Cons in it. Let's take the Joy-Cons out of the console and see how this feels with the Joy-Cons in here. See, I mean, I'm just dropping them in. They're just plopping right in there. I mean, honestly, it's still not great. But it's not like, it's nowhere near as bad as the other one was. Not great, not bad, not terrible like the other one is. I mean, at least I feel like I'm not going to drop the damn thing. But so the next thing that we're wanting to go into, what I really wanted to go to next was the docking station, because apparently this thing is, oh mighty lord, it's kind of beefy. It's already, I mean, just looking at it, you can already tell this thing is much more thicker than the other console was. I mean, there's not really much else to say. It also kind of looks like, is that like a protective thing, or is this like charged differently than your typical, because I'm trying to see how this thing fits in here, and I see there's like a little divot down here. It's hard to see in the actual thing without actually, maybe I can get a light on it. But if you look down into the console, there's like a couple of divots that are in, oh, hello. There's like a little divot down there, or a little like spot for, that'll hook into the bottom of the actual console itself, which is that little hole right there. So I guess that may help with it wiggling around and damaging any of the ports. I'm not entirely sure. But I mean, at least it'll be more impossible to screw up the console now. I mean, it still wiggles a lot, but I mean, there's not really much I can do about that. And then what the hell are these? Is this for like the mouse? That's what I'm thinking, is this might be for like, yeah, that might actually be for like, kind of help stabilize it a little bit. I mean, let's Just fucking pop it off and see. Because, I mean, you just snap them on, right? Or do they got a snap on, or they... Okay, I guess, yeah, that's... I guess because that helps it from falling over. Because that's one of the other things that I was worried about when I heard about the mouse controls, was how shitty these things would actually look in terms of, like, stability. If I'm holding it like this, how is this even comfortable to play? I mean, yeah, this is the left Joy-Con, so you're going to be using it more on the right one. But, I mean, still, like... So, I mean, I guess you could still play it like this, too, with this little bumper on there, or this little slidey thing on here, but... I mean, I guess it does make it a little bit easier for moving this around. It definitely is a lot more comfortable because, you know, I don't feel like I'm going to break the controller. It's swaying back and forth. It actually feels pretty flat. So maybe they got something on that. I don't know. But it's definitely a lot more comfortable to do it like this. Probably because all of the buttons are up higher on the controller with the joystick being down lower. So my thumb naturally sits on those buttons when I'm holding it as the mouse controller. But over here, I mean, like this is not comfortable to hold at all. Like if this had some girth on the back of it, had a little bit of fat to kind of grip into, I mean, this would be so comfortable, but I'm missing like a little grip right here that I just feel like they've missed out on. I don't need it so much as on this one, but I mean, it would help too. But that might just be a personal gripe on that. Maybe they'll release thicker Joy-Cons in the future, ones that actually or just something like an attachment on there that goes kind of over this, like the mouse. Maybe it looks more like a mouse. I don't know. I'm still kind of debating on how I feel about the mouse controls in general. These things just pop right off. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to them. They pop right off. They're good. Okay, and then the moment we've been waiting for, actually probably firing the thing up and seeing how it works, how it runs. So, I have never seen this before. How a console coming with a brick like this instead of just like a full-on like actual cable. That is kind of interesting. With all honesty, it's just so weird seeing technology nowadays. Now it's coming in console form, or like video game console form. Just seeing that like things come with a brick and then like a USB. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give this some time to charge up a little bit. We'll start kind of looking over at it, see how it is in handheld mode, and then we'll throw it up on the TV, and I'll get the capture card out, and we'll kind of see how it looks. Unfortunately, the capture card I have is maxed out at 1080p, 60 frames a second. Hopefully, with my new equipment, we're able to match that output when it comes to recording. But again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's just a matter of just getting into it. All right. If you hear that, I don't know if that's normal. We're in handheld mode. I accept blindly. Yeah, know how to use a stand. So yeah, I guess it's gonna just keep running me through like, oh, this is how you do this. Cool. All right, thank you. And here's the funniest part about it. It's gonna tell me to frickin' learn how to use this by listening to it. We just literally figured it out over there. So it wants me to do this side, because this side's highlighting all weird and shit. Alright, cool. Oh, you want me to do both? I don't like holding this thing without having Joy-Cons. Select next with the controller you removed. A with the right one. Okay, cool. Can I put these back in? I'm gonna put these back in, because I don't... Alright, we're updating the system. This is it. Updating. The system will restart once the update is complete. And I gotta go get my code for Mario Kart World. Oh, I saw the Nintendo logo. Oh boy. TV, go dark. Oh, I see light. There we go. System update is complete. My least favorite thing to do. Enter parental codes. I am the parent. Oh, we're in. Whoa, shit! I'm going to say right now, so far, of everything I've seen, like, on the screen, just from, like, logos, you can tell, like, you can tell the difference between the video quality, for sure. Okay, cool, the account connection did work, did work. So I have all my stuff here that... I barely have any games, by the way. I'm very physical media, so this console kind of hurts my soul a little bit. Because a lot of them are just those game keys. Let's go ahead and get back to the table and let's kind of look at this handheld first, and then we'll go to seeing what it looks like, kind of, I guess, upscaled. So if it will actually want to focus, because we're having some technical difficulties with that for whatever friggin' reason. There we go, that's much better. So as we're looking at this right here, it is very substantially the same. The UI is so friggin' similar, and I mean, oh, game chat. I accidentally hit the C button and not the home button. Yeah, that's the new button here for the chat, and that's gonna kind of get annoying, and I have to get used to that. But you know, it's a new console, right? We're gonna have our quirks. So I was told that Pro controllers from the Switch 1 work, right? All right. So if I go to this and I just simply press this button here. I'm just curious to see if they made this easier or not. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do the sync button. Looking like that's so. So if I just hold this button in, does it work? Oh god, it works. Holy shit. We are in, guys. It's just like the Switch 1. You do it on this screen, and I already lost my controller. Oops. And it automatically picks up. Oh my god. So yeah, you can use a Switch 1 controller. Okay, well, I mean, they already told us that we could do that, but, you know, you always hear, you hear demonstrations say they can do this or can do that, and then they're like, well, this doesn't work that way. So I don't have anybody to chat with, because Matt and Steve don't have their console yet, so that kind of sucks. So yeah, apparently you can hide your console and whatnot, and I did just that. So nobody can see what I've been doing. It does tell you if someone's playing a Switch 2 or not. So we're gonna actually check this out in handheld mode. I popped in Metroid Dread just because the whole game is on the cartridge. Sorry, the card. So that way we can actually kind of just see in general how well it looks on handheld mode. It's gonna be really hard to tell on camera if this does look good or not, but I mean, so far, frame rate looks substantially better than the Switch, just from the intro, because a lot of shit goes on in the intro there. On the title screen, holy shit, this is loud as balls. That was near max volume, too. Holy crap. So let's go ahead and just boot up a new save file and just see the artwork at the beginning and see how good it looks. I mean, this actually looks pretty legit. Looks so much better on this in handheld mode, though, for sure, than the Switch 1. Wow. This is actually kind of... Wow. This is insanely good looking. Again, we're just talking about handheld mode, because it's going to look so much better than the Switch 1. But, I mean, first of all, this is a much bigger picture. I have not yet seen the OLED compared up to this. So far, I'm actually really impressed with the screen. Like, I'm absolutely shocked with, like, the artwork that's in the intro here looks super crisp. I can't wait to see gameplay, because I want to see the gameplay, or just even the cutscene here, like, just to see how well this actually looks. There she blows. Whoa.
We'll soon be entering CGR's atmosphere.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate.
Seeing it upscaled like this, you can definitely tell. You can't see it, unfortunately, on here, on the camera.
We are lost
but you can definitely see when you're looking at like the edges of like her power suit, even you can kind of see the pixelization just because of how sharp the quality upscale is. It doesn't look terrible, but I mean, like, it's noticeable on the Switch 1 titles. It's very noticeable. But yeah, you can see like the pixelization like on the edge of like of Ravenbeak's head. It's just shaking all over the place right there. Looks like static. But that's overall. I mean, you kind of can't really get away from that when you're doing upscaling. I mean, you can do a blur, but then again, it's not going to look crisp. All right, here we got some gameplay now. I actually get to see how this thing feels. I mean, it feels just about the same. The problem is that I'm so used to playing this game on a Pro Controller, so this is where I'm more comfortable at. It's really awkward. This is one of those games where you need a Pro Controller to play.
Uploading date.
Okay, I hit it. Okay, I gotta hit one more time. Come on. Whoa! Guys, I think I was too close. One thing I forgot to do when I was recording was to mention getting out the game cards on the Switch 2 versus the Switch 1. It is so much easier to get a game card out of this than it is for the original Switch. Just simply because of one little tiny detail that I'm glad that they addressed. So when you're actually doing this, I mean, it's pretty easy to do. There's like a little notch right here that you just got to hook your fingernail under and just pull up on, and then you just pull this out of the way, and it's actually like a lot thicker than the original Switch was. So I feel like this is not going to break if I push keep pushing really hard. And then you just slide it in, boom, there it goes. It's good to go. How it was before is on the Switch 1 you had a notch that was right here that you'd have to dig your fingernail in and then pull up, whereas it's actually in the back of it now. Because when you're looking at the console on the Switch 1, the last thing I want to do is have to reposition my whole arm all the way up in the frickin' air in order to get this thing open. If you look at how my arm is to get it, I have to literally like hook my arm up or give myself carpal tunnel trying to finagle my wrist like this just to get it open. Whereas on here, it's just a matter of boom. And it's, again, so much easier to do. You can definitely tell there is a quality difference between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 when it comes to upscaling. Dread looks honestly really good. Here comes a cutscene coming up here. Since we got to watch a cutscene in handheld mode, which again, it's kind of really hard to kind of tell with that kind of quality, since it's very guerrilla style, you know, recording the actual device itself instead of actually capturing it. But I mean, like, everything looks really good, even like the pixelation issues that I was having on the screen. Like, they're not, honestly, I can't really see anything on it, to be honest. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm not convinced that there isn't something like the capture card is doing to mitigate that. I didn't have that problem when playing on the TV. You can definitely see the pixelation kind of flickering a bit. Same thing with even like the Emmy climbing up the wall. They're trying to climb up the wall. You can kind of see some, you know, definitely the sharpness it does show. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and move on to Metroid Prime Remaster and see how that looks, because I think we got a good idea how this game would look running on the Switch 2 hardware. I'm actually really, really, really impressed with it. You can still see some flickering here and there. You can definitely see it on the background there as the video pan, or as the camera pans out. You can definitely see a lot of flickering. But I mean, like, when you get to like still images, and it still looks really good. And that just goes to show how sharp
it presents. Yeah, this game looks so much better than Dread does. And it looks so much better than Dread on the docking station. Now, one thing I have noticed on here, and this might even be my capture, I swear it does look a lot better on the, like, actually live on the on the actual docking station. And since this is a capture, it does look a little bit funky. I don't recall seeing that much flickering from how sharp some of the recording is. So there may have been some kind of blur. I mean, there's not really much else to see. I'm going to skip ahead to the Parasite Queen fight. And then after the Parasite Queen, a little bit of the boss fight, we'll jump over to Super Mario Kart World. Again, I've only shown 2 Switch 1 titles on this, on the Switch 2 hardware. So bear with me on it. We're leading up to it. Yeah, this actually looked really good. Again, even on the Switch 1, this game looked fantastic. I honestly really kind of want to see Prime 4 Switch 1 and Switch 2 like right next to each other. There's going to be a video that'll be put out. Again, it ran much better on the Switch, so I'm beginning to wonder if my capture software was really 60 frames or not. I mean, this game might even actually cap out at 30. I don't know. I have no idea when it comes to the background of the actual like visual presentation of the hardware. I just like if the game looks good and it looks fun, I kind of couldn't really care less. Definitely not my cup of tea. Okay, so far so good. To be completely fair, this should look a lot less pixelated and messy than the Switch 1 games. But again, that could also be my capture card and the screen that I'm watching it on. The game looks fantastic. So we'll just watch the first track and we'll see kind of how it looks.